If you're thinking of getting a tattoo as a souvenir when you travel, here are a few things you need to think about. The first thing is any infections. So there are infections that can spread through blood, and these are hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV, which causes AIDS. And you want to make sure that the tattoo artist is using a heat sterilization machine called an autoclave to kill anything off of a needle that they might be reusing between different people. So a needle that is reusable needs to be cleaned every time a new person is going to be tattooed. Or they might be using disposable needles that are completely sterile because they come in sterile packaging, and they should ideally unwrap any kind of needles in front of you so you can see that they have been sterilized and they are not tampered with. The other thing you want to consider is, are they washing their hands with soap and water? And is the water that they're using to dilute any inks, is that sterile water as well? Because that's going to be going into your body and you don't want to be getting an infection from that. And you want to make sure that the inks are actually suitable for human use and they're not a substitute like car paint or something else. The tattoo artist should ideally wear disposable gloves, and you might want to ask the tattoo artist if they are also carrying any blood-borne diseases. So does your tattoo artist have anything like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, or HIV? Because if they do, then they should be taking extra precautions to prevent them and you from bleeding. And when you get a tattoo, you will be bleeding, but they want to avoid any blood-on-blood contact. So you can get a vaccine against hepatitis B. There is a treatment for hepatitis C, but there is no cure for HIV or for hepatitis B. And so you would be on a lifelong treatment if you do get that disease in your blood. If you get a tattoo, the second thing you need to think about is when you will get it. So try to get it towards the end of your trip, because when you get a tattoo, you are making a wound on your skin, and that is an open wound that needs time to heal. So you want to avoid any sun contact on your skin. So you have to wear clothes to cover that part of your skin where there is the tattoo, and make sure that your clothes are not sticking to the tattoo and they're not too tight. And you want to avoid going into the sea or into a lake or into any swimming pools, and you want to avoid chlorine pools as well, because these can all affect the healing of your skin and you don't want any permanent damage. The third thing you need to think about is if you're going to have a possible allergic reaction to the tattoo ink, and also a possible skin infection from the tattoo ink. So if you have an allergic reaction, you might start to feel wheezing and out of breath. You might start to get really bumpy, red, raised skin around the area of the tattoo or anywhere else on your body. That's called hives. And if you do get that, then you need to be able to reach emergency services as quickly as possible. And this is something you might want to ask the tattoo artist as well. If anything goes wrong, what is their plan to help keep you safe? And the other thing is, if you are starting to get very hot, itchy skin and it's starting to spread in terms of like a rash on your skin, then that could be a skin infection that we call cellulitis. It could be another type of skin infection as well. It could be bacterial or fungal or even viral. And you need to get treatment for that as soon as possible, especially if you have a fever as well. So if your body temperature starts to increase. And sometimes if you are in a hot country, you might not even notice that you have a fever because you feel hot anyway, because the temperature around you is really hot. So it's important to have people that are going to be looking out for you as well. So try to go with someone if you are going to get a tattoo, so they can be there with you just in case something happens, like if you get an allergic reaction or you start to get a skin infection. Thank you for watching, and if you are going to get a tattoo on holiday, think before you ink.